All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Super here, and welcome back to another character tutorial. It's been a while since I've actually done one of these, just because I haven't really learned any new characters, and I haven't had the time to actually sit down and record a proper tutorial. But now that the new Mortal Kombat 1 patch is out, where they nerf Cyrax, well, they nerfed a lot of the cast, but specifically Cyrax, Raiden, and Baraka. They changed up actually one of the moves for Rain, which is the effects of this move right here. It doesn't pop up as high as it used to, and overall it's just a pretty much character nerf on the majority of the cast. But here we are talking about Rain. Does my team still work? I definitely think my team still works with Sub-Zero as my cameo. So I'm going to show you guys just the basic tutorials on how to play Rain if you just want to pick them up. So let's get started here. You're only going to want to focus really on a couple of combo strings, a couple of moves. Actually, with Rain's kind of unique because he does have like a variety of combo strings that are like actually really good that you could use to your advantage. There's a lot of cool stuff that Rain has. So let's get started here. 1-1 obviously is going to be your fastest button. You could do 1-1-2. I think it has a flawless block gap at the end. Don't quote me on that. But you could always like do this into your portal, try to mix up your opponent. I think you could do the this is just a normal knockdown, right? Yeah, that's just a normal knockdown. Wait, I think there's another version of it. Yeah, you could do this that ends in a low, and you could actually special cancel that into this if you don't want to go for this combo string right here. You can mix it up. 1-1 into your portal is very popular. You do this and then into that, into your assist, depending if you have someone like Kano, someone like Cyrax, obviously that could come in as an ambush assist and keep you safe if you're doing this. If it hits, obviously it's going to hit your opponent, but if they block it, they won't be able to punish you because this is punishable on block. So if you have those cameos like Cyrax, the horizontal helicopter, he's going to be able to keep you safe and does some good chip damage. But obviously 1-1, really good because you could confirm it into, your special move. As you guys see, the air combo string doesn't bounce the opponent up as high anymore. So it's a little bit harder to combo into stand 1, into freeze. But I'll show you guys how to do it in a better way a little bit further in the video. Forward 2 is going to be your best mid string. This is actually a really good mid string because it goes into a low. It goes into this right here. What is the ender for this? I think 3. There you go. You could go into that. So the last part is a high, but I'm pretty sure that if you block the entire combo string, you're not going to be able to crouch that without blocking, so you're not going to be able to get punished for it. But this is always good. You mix up just your forward 2-1. I'm pretty sure forward 2-1 is safe. We could actually check that, but I don't trust some of these because sometimes the frame data is wrong. So the whole combo string is -6, and just the forward 2-1 is -7. So you're just gonna get punished with a down 1 unless you're I think Liu Kang, his forward 1 could punish you. But you could always mix it up with this. You could always mix it up, take a chance with this or keep it safe like I mentioned before. But forward 2 is going to be a combo string that you're going to be using all the time because it's a really good mid that goes into a low as well. Sometimes people aren't going to expect the low if they don't fight versus too many Rain players. Stand 2 is another good one. You could go into this combo string right here. What is that? Stand 2, 1-1. If you want to finish the whole string, stand 2, 1-1-2. If you just do stand 2, 1-1, it ends in an overhead, and you could special cancel it. So you could go into that. You could go into your portal. You could cancel it early. So if you actually hit someone with this, you have to make sure that you cancel it early. So then you could go into a proper aerial combo. Because if you wait for the overhead, you're not really going to have... Oh, I guess you do have enough air time to still juggle your opponent. I guess I was more thinking about setup. But you could always go with that. And that's why forward 2 is such an important combo string, because it's a nice mid that goes pretty far. So forget what I said before. You could wait until the end of your combo string if you want to try to hit confirm it at the end. It's more you won't be able to go to Sub-Zero. I think that's more what I was thinking of, compared to something like this where you will be able to go into Sub-Zero and then go for whatever you want. Alright, so I think one of his most important combo strings that I think we all know of is his double overhead. Forward 3 too, such an important combo string. Not only that, but forward 3 is such an important combo string because you could actually cancel the startup animation frames of forward 3 into a grab. So you could go like this. All you got to do is just press forward 3, and then once Rain has his staff like close to above his head, actually not even close to above his head, once he like turns around, you could cancel your grab into a forward throw, into a back throw. You know, if you have your cameo out and you want to mix your opponent up, obviously cancel it into the back throw, because you won't sort of push your opponent off because your cameo's out. And if you don't and you want to keep them in the corner, go for that forward throw. So, oh, interesting. So this is something that I didn't know. If you actually want to cancel your overhead into a grab, you actually have to let go of forward 3. So what I was doing right there is I was doing forward 3 into grab. Oh, actually, no, you can. I think I was just mistiming it. I thought you had to like let go of the button in order to like cancel it, but no, I was just canceling at the wrong time. So yeah, I mean, forward 3 obviously is one of his most important combo strings. If you go obviously forward, this is a completely safe combo string, which is one of the best parts about it. You could always cancel that into this. You could cancel this into that. Obviously, keep in mind this is just mid. It's not low. But this is gonna come into play when you want to start mixing your opponent up in the corner, or when it comes to, you know, hard to block setups, which I will show you how to do in a little bit. I'm trying to see what other combo strings. Not a combo string, but this is a single button right here. It's back 2. It actually is a really good footsie tool because it makes Rain go backwards. So it makes him go backwards while keeping the same like distance hitbox that he would be if he wouldn't move. You get a nice hitbox on your forward 3. I mean on your back 2 that you could cancel into this right here. And it has pretty good range. There you go. If you're actually, keep in mind, if you do this, if you do the meter burn version of the teardrop, it's going to be negative on blocks, so you're going to have to hit confirm this. What hit confirm means is you have to visually see a hit. If it hits, then you go in for your special, and if it gets blocked, then you don't do anything. So you have to practice that, because this is a really good tool. If you're around this range, you throw this out, your opponent tries to down 1, you catch their down 1, and boom, you have them in for a combo. So that's a really good button right there, back 3. Other than that, I think that's it as far as a lot of his combo strings. Obviously, down 3 is an amazing poke. Look at this. Look at the range on that water splash. Just in general, Rain has really good pokes, but this down 3 is absolutely amazing. And of course, you could just throw in down 3 into the geyser at any point right there. Stand 4 is really good to extend your combos. You could even do back 2 and do that, depending on what you feel comfortable with. I personally, whenever I do this at the end of a long combo, I just go with forward 2 because it's the easiest. You know, it does almost about the same damage like the combo you guys saw earlier. I always end it with forward 2 into the geyser. So now let's talk about his special moves. So obviously you guys saw this. This is his bread and butter combo extender. Anything hit confirm into that will go into a combo. The thing with that move, you could only cancel it if you jump. So you could only jump cancel it. Like for example, I can't really do as far as launch the opponent and then wait for him to come down and jogo him in a normal sense. The only thing you could do is jump cancel it, and then you go in for whatever you want. All right, I actually got the mix up in the first try right there. Sometimes it's trickier to do in the corner. I mean, mid-screen than it is to do in the corner. I'll show you guys how to do that hard to block setup in a little bit. Obviously, you have his projectile. This actually surprisingly has an amazing hitbox. Like, it's really deceptive to jump over it. Sometimes you think your opponent's going to jump over it and they get hit. You're like, oh my god, I got so lucky. But the cool thing about this one is if you hold the projectile to the end, it creates a crumple state. And that allows you to obviously continue your combo or go for setups like I did with the Whirlpool. So let's talk about the Whirlpool. Back, forward, 4. Whirlpool right here, you could control with distance. You can control far, mid, close, and depending on what you want to do, you know, you're going to call in the far, mid, or close one depending on if your opponent's close to you, far away from you, if you're trying to zone them out, if you're trying to use it more as a trap to keep them out. Depending on what you want to do, that's how you're going to use it. But pretty much if they get caught by it, it launches your opponent. And it launches your opponent for like a very, very easy hit confirm combo. You just jump up. You already have a really good jump too. So this is usually always, you know, even if you're like mid-screen, this is always going to catch him. And you're always going to get a combo because Rain's jump 2 is so good. And it goes into his air combo string. Jump 2, 4, 3. This one right here. Jump 2, 4, 3. Other than that, obviously he has his teleports. This could get tricky because if you put your portal right at the bottom and then you teleport, you could actually... You guys saw how low that was? You could still teleport with a jump in, even with the teleport being that low. So I was doing this before. You don't even need to do that. And then I was like teleporting to it, right? You don't even need to do that. If you just set it right here, and then even if you like go from up here, the jump 2 still connects. That's actually really good with the teleport, because then you could do something like this, go back to zoning, surprise your opponent. Obviously that is going to combo all day. So the teleport is really good. He also has his water bubble right here that absorbs projectiles. It's going to come up clutch when you use one of his best moves that I wasn't using at the start, but I realized that it's such an amazing tool, which is this right here. Goes with the classic pose. You could control. This is actually the raindrop. You could actually control if you do close, medium, or far. And with the new patch, they actually changed the reaction to this move. So now it actually pops the opponent up really high up in the air. So you could get a combo if you're like this close. If you're like this close, right? If your opponent comes in on you, you could actually get a combo now that you normally would not have been able to do. I'm just trying to see, can you even get that? No, you can't. But you can't get that either. It would probably be best for you to, if you're using this specific team. Does this work? Okay, that works right there. It would probably be best for you to go for that if you actually want to go for the combo. I mean, that does 330, but most of the time you're going to be using this like around here. Oh, but even right there, you could still, you know, you could still catch them. You're going to be using this all the time, and one of the best things about Sub-Zero Cameo is if you use his projectile invulnerability, you could use the zone even harder. You could put this out, you could do the Sub-Zero invulnerability, and that does some really good damage. So the raindrop, the teardrop is actually really, really good. Unfortunately, with the new hit reaction, you can't get the same stylish combos that you could before, but you still could get like a down 2 after it if you want. So that's pretty much it as far as the basics of Rain. Your strategy with Rain is you could zone if you want. Definitely don't do it with that. You know, once in a while if you're at full screen, toss that. But your zoning tool is going to be this. This and this right here. Those are going to be your zoning tools. And as you guys see, even me being that far away, if they get caught by this, they're going to get launched and you're going to be able to get a full combo. The way that I use Rain is I just want the touch and I want to mix. I want my opponent to be in a situation where they have to block a harder blockable, which is low, overhead, low, overhead, whatever it is. So the way it works is if I get any sort of touch, I go into this move right here. I go into Sub-Zero Cameo, and then once they're frozen, I go into my fully charged projectile, and then I toss my Whirlpool. Now this is how the setup looks if they get up normally. All right, so if you just knock them down, they get up normally. This is how it looks. As you guys see, the hit reaction. Oh, okay, so it's a good time to talk about this. Anytime you hit confirm into this, you actually want to wait a little bit. You want to be up in the air a little bit before you actually start doing your air attack, because that way the opponent gets that extra little bounce. That way your opponent gets a little extra bounce. So instead of like just going up immediately and doing it like that, you wait a little bit till he's up in the air and then you do it so you could get that extra bounce, that little extra height for your opponent whenever you do this one right here. You don't have to wait that long, but that's just an example right there. Because especially if you're further away sometimes and you go in for this, sometimes it's gonna drop. Right there, barely caught him at the tip. But the mix-up looks like this. Oh, there you go. Perfect example of what I was trying to show you guys. Timing is definitely different for sure. So I was a little bit too far away right there. One good thing about the Sub-Zeros is you could actually dash up and then still do this. So I could actually dash up and I still get the crumple. So depending on what you feel comfortable with. So that was a full sequence right there. That is a complete Rain hard to blockable mix-up. You freeze your opponent like this, you crumple them with your meter burn projectile, you toss this, and then you hit them with that overhead low, and they're not gonna block that. They're not gonna block that. And it breaks armor too. So that's how it looks if your opponent just wakes up normally, right? But I know what you're saying. Man, you could beat that just by delay wake up. All right, you could delay wake up for sure, but then I could just delay my setup. Where's the wake up option? So if you do that, all you have to do is just delay your setup and it'll work the same. Now, the question is your opponent gonna delay wake up? Is he not gonna delay wake up? Is he gonna wake up with armor? So you delay wake up, and then you go in for your mix-up. Obviously, I didn't time it properly there, but it's still gonna lead to a hard to block situation. You just have to work on the timing, on the delay wake up. But if people are delay wake upping on you, you just have to delay wake up on your setup. And it works just the same. You just have to work on the timing, which admittedly, at the moment, I really don't have the timing for the delay wake up because I haven't played Rain in a little bit. But, you know, that's pretty close to the timing. I think you have to set your trap a little bit before that, like a couple frames before that. And then you're good to go. That's gonna break armor. That's gonna do everything in order to stop somebody from delaying wake up. Right there, that was a little bit too late, but you guys get the picture. If you want to stop people from doing a delay wake up on you, you just delay your whirlpool, and then you're good to go. You just have to work on the timing. So that's my entire game plan with Rain. I just want to get the touches and I just want to mix. In the corner, Oops. In the corner, everything works the same. Unfortunately, you can't really do... Oh, so in the corner, what you want to do... If you launch your opponent with an overhead or with forward 2-1 into this move... In the air, you're going to want to use 3-2 because 3-2 is actually a really good air attack. It does a little bit more damage. See, so he delayed wake up right there. It still sets a delayed wake up. And look at that. Those 3 hits hit almost at the same time. So anyway, let's take him off delay wake up. The key to stopping delay wake up is to delay your own setup. You just have to work on the timing. So the combo that doesn't work anymore is this on crumple. Once I get like a full combo here, I used to do this. I used to do that, and then after that it would launch them up, and then I would just go like this, right? You can't really do that anymore, unfortunately, because of the new hit reaction. So it's kind of a shame because this combo used to look so cool. You could still get it down too if you like time it, but you're just gonna want to do a normal bread and butter combo at that point. See, you could get it down too. I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna try to get it, but you could get it down too after that. But you could just go with that if you want to keep him in the corner. And if you want to maximize the damage, you could do the super kick and then go for this. It does 420, does like, what, 18 points of damage. Obviously, then if you go for your fatal blow, it's going to do even more damage. And it's pretty much the same right there. Well, I don't have the fatal blow, so let's show it off. Let's go with this one. Go with your fatal blow and you're gonna get your max damage right there. So that's it for my rain tutorial, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.